Alright, looking good today. We're broadcasting from the opposite side today. Opposite. It's going to be a theme of today. Opposites. Drink of water. Copy that algorithm. Kia ora, my friends. I'm Benny, and I'm here in the garden for another cold open. This is MML 81, the 81st consecutive episode of the longest running weekly gardening show in the history of Facebook and the greatest achievement in the history of social media and indeed the universe. Now, let's do something quite a little bit different. Almost lost the plot there. Now, today we're going to be doing some live gardening, as we always do here on Monday Morning Live. Today we're planting lupins. I don't know if you can see, this is a lupin. Now this is, these are seeds of a 4th generation lupin, 4th generation. What we're going to do is we're going to plant it in our little jiffy pellets. Excuse me. This is what they look like when you just buy them. They're pretty cheap. What you do is you soak them in water and they swell up like this. So what I'm going to do is, live here on Monday morning, I'm going to just add a little bit of water. Little bit of water. You notice that these are in the Benny's 6100 series seedling propagator thing, and what we're going to do is just soak those for about 10 minutes. Oh, look, two versions of the same thing, opposites. The gate's just opening. I think Mum's just leaving. Bye, Mum. So we're going to soak these for 10 minutes and we'll come back to those for our live gardening segment. I got these from my good friend Stephen. Speaking of friends, my other good friend, Margaret McHugh. Now, she has Gourmet Deli. She has supplied for us today the thing that I am going to try for the first time here on Monday Morning Live, thus continuing the Monday Morning Live tradition. And today, it's the turn of, now I need to get this right for Margaret, a blueberry and orange muffin with peach and passion fruit. I got this from the Marlborough Farmers Market yesterday. Margaret McHugh is there every second week. So she was there yesterday, so she'll have a week off, and then she'll be back the week after that. So let's try some here, live, on Monday morning. Now, first thing I noticed, as I talk with my mouth full, very soft, fluffy, light, very tasty. Let's come back to that throughout the show. We're going to come back to our jiffy pellets. We soaked up a bit of water, so they're starting to swell up now, ready for planting. That's coming up a little bit later as I finish my mouthful. But right now, it's time to say, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the garden and welcome to Monday Morning Live, where as always we'll spread love and give flowers to anyone who joins us live. We'll take a look back at the week that was, we'll take a look at the week ahead, we'll do some live gardening, we'll talk about some things that are upcoming, might even give you a bit of an update on the Renaissance and the return of one of the most popular segments here on Monday Morning Live. More about that later. But right now, we can't do live gardening yet because we're not quite ready with our jiffy pellets. But what I can do, give you an update on what I'm calling Basil Watch. This is some basil that we sowed from seeds a few weeks back on Monday Morning Live. And what I'm doing with my basil, instead of just having one stem, I'm actually going to be cutting off the lead stem so that two stems form. I did the same thing with this basil. You can see that it's quite bushy because each little thing is there's 4 things now growing, because there was 1, there was 2, and then there's 4. There's that number 4 again, it keeps coming back around. What we're going to do with this basil is we're going to basically decapitate it. So you can see here the main stem coming up, and just at the very base of that main stem, can you see there, getting close, our algorithm, our show's producer, getting close, you can see 2 little stems starting to form. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually just brick off that middle one. I love the smell of basil. Lovely. And so what's going to happen now is, instead of that one main stem, 2 stems are going to grow. Once they start to develop little stems underneath, I'm going to cut them off as well. So there'll be 4. Right, there's the basil watch. Let's not debut, return to one of the fastest growing segments here on Monday Morning Live. It's called Now, you need to get your trowels ready for this because it's called Here's What I'm Digging. Tell you what I'm digging. At the moment, I'm digging Test cricket. Not only is it my favourite form of cricket, it's my favourite sport. Absolutely amazing. I can sit and I can watch every ball of every day of a Test match without getting bored. Sometimes I'll rewind and I'll say, shout out to my wife Renee, she's tuning in. Sometimes I'll record, I'll watch the cricket and I'll pause and I'll rewind and I'll say, come and look at this, come and look at this. And it'll be like a block. I'll be like, look at that block. What a block. That was my favourite shot as a cricketer, the block. I'd go out there and I'd block, block, block. People would go, oh, you did some good blocking there, Benny. Far be it from me to accuse myself of being anything short of a blocker, much less a slogger. Slogger? Need to be careful saying that name. Right, that's what I'm thinking, Test cricket. India are in the process of thrashing Australia in the first test at the Perth Optus Arena. Very satisfying to watch Australia lose, it always is. Even more satisfying because we know that New Zealand thrashed India in the test series at home. And New Zealand's next assignment is a test series against England. And guess who's going? Me and my good friend Lee. He's probably watching. Is he watching? Yes, he's watching. Shout out to my mate Lee. Off to Christchurch later this week for a bit of a boys road trip and watch some test cricket. Because after all, that's what I'm digging. Right, the week that was. Great week at the farmers market. Lovely and sunny. Shout out to Chris Matthews, who was the busker. He didn't play that song, but there's probably a reason. Great week at the farm. Now, I just want to show you. Now, you know, avid viewers of the show will know that I've been struggling with Lego thumb. Lego thumb, the struggle is real. Now, I've also got a second thumb injury. Very tragic. See you can see the little cut there, there's a blister there, and there's a cut underneath. You wouldn't believe how painful it is. Like, what is it about injuries to your fingers or fingernails? You know when you get one of those little fingernail things, and it hurts like more, like disproportionately more than it should. You know, you can slam your knee or you can slam your elbow and it hurts, but finger injuries hurt even more. And I've been dealing with a thumb injury because we've got 300 tomato plants growing at my good friend Stephen's farm out at Golden Mile Produce out at Spring Creek. And I've been helping to set up the irrigation system. And I showed you last week on the show, we had little joiners and little things to join the drip lines to the main line. And from forcing those in, 300 tomato plants, forcing them in, it's caused a little bit of a thumb injury. So I'm battling along. So battle along with me. Shout out to Brett, thank you for tuning in, all the way from Australia. An international audience tuning in to Monday Morning Live today. Let's have a drink of water because you can never underestimate the value of water. Oh, it's been almost 10 minutes. So let's check in with our Jiffy pellets. You can see that they've started to swell up, which is what we want. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take some lupin seeds. Now, we showed you, here's a lupin. The seed pods look like this. Each seed pod has about 4, there's that number again, about 4 seeds in each seed pod. I've got some here in the Benny's 6100 series seed thing. Shout out to Lisa, thank you for watching. Now I'm going to take 4 of these seeds. What is it about the number 4? Isn't it weird? Don't you get numbers that sort of just come around and around again and again? It's weird, no rhyme or reason. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take one of our Jiffy pellets. I'm just going to pop these seeds down there just for a moment. And I'm going to just push one in. Just push it into the seed, to the little Jiffy pellet. Push it in. Scruff up the top a wee bit just to cover that seed. Pop it in there. As I say, we're going to do 4. Need to give it some water. A bit of a spritz just to get it going. Using the Benny's 6100 series spritzer. Available now in the gift shop. Why not buy 2? In fact, why not buy 4? Right, there's live gardening. We've done a Basil watch. Oh, celebrity birthdays. A real gaggle of celebrity wrestling birthdays this week. I won't name them all, but there's a whole bunch. Now, if you were born this week in November, just be aware that it's very rare. It's a very rare, it's one of the most rarest parts of the year to be born. So if you're born this month, you're lucky. I certainly was. I was born on the 4th. Right. Getting close to calling time on today's episode. Anyone else watching that I'd give a shout out to? Pretty good turnout actually today. A couple of countries watching, a couple of different states in Australia watching. Oh, speaking of states, my brother has moved to Australia. So shout out to him as well, my brother Matt. He's the one that supplied me this skull, which has been in almost every one of my now, this is 316 YouTube videos on my award-winning internationally award-winning YouTube channel, Benny. Thank you to everybody who tunes in. I've just passed 50,000 views. Pretty amazing that my little videos have been viewed 50,000 times. Anybody else watching? Oh yeah, oh there's somebody there, I can't see. Drop a comment down below so I can see who you are. I'm going to enjoy a little bit more of this muffin because it is beautiful. What else can we cover? Beautiful day here in Marlborough. 26 degrees. Hope it's nice and warm where you are. I've just realised that I've now got a massive mouthful of muffin. Not only is that hard to say without a full mouth, it's even harder. Oh, sorry about that. I literally bit off more than I could chew then. Right, there's only one thing to do. And that is, actually there's two things to do. The penultimate thing to do. Isn't that weird? A weird word, penultimate. Weird word. Penultimate, it means like the second to last. What a weird, the penultimate thing. Okay, but it's joke of the week. Joke of the week this week comes from my good friend Karen, who had a wonderful time working with at the Marlborough Farmers Market. Now she supplied joke of the week. What do you call a moose with no name? Anonymous. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Joke of the week, thank you Karen. Now it's time for the ultimate. Is that right? Ultimate? The ultimate thing? If the recycling truck goes past. I'll tell you, just quickly, here's an update on the Renaissance. There used to be a massive clang of bottles when the recycling truck used to go past. Every Monday morning it goes past. And back when I was a drinker, it used to be a massive full thing of recycling. And I kind of joke around like the guy that does the recycling now. He's like, oh, my bag, not this house again. And then he sees all there is like, you know, cans and there's no alcohol bottles and stuff. He'd be like, woohoo! He's saving him a fortune on chiropractic bills. So we've done the penultimate thing. What was the ultimate thing I was going to do? Oh yeah, I was going to talk about the Renaissance. I mentioned about the fact that I hadn't had a drink for 3 months, with one exception. Last time Lee and I went to Christchurch, I had a couple of drinky winkies, but there's only one time in the past 3 months that I've drunk alcohol, and I love it. This is water, by the way. Just drink your water. Never underestimate the value of water. Who else is there? Someone else is there. Drop us a comment down below. Thank you so much everyone for tuning in today. Oh, we're running out of time. Last week I ran out of time. 15 minutes is all I have for Monday Morning Live. We're getting close to that today. Thank you, Bray. Thank you to Bo. Thank you, Sammy. Thank you to all the celebrity wrestling birthdays this week. And thank you to each and every one of you. Thank you for tuning in to my YouTube channel, Benny. Thank you to everybody that joins me every Sunday morning at the Marlborough Farmers Market. Thank you to everybody who tunes into Monday Morning Live. I'm Benny Ward, and I will see you next time in the garden. Oh. Stuff with those thumb injuries.